Hi, so I'm joined by Nicole. Nicole is one of the co-founders of Life Lessons. How are you doing, Nicole?
I'm good, thanks. How are you, Will?
I'm all right, thank you. Perhaps we can get started by you just introducing yourself and saying a little bit about the story behind Life Lessons.
Sure. So I'm Nicole. I'm co-founder of Life Lessons, and I'm a teacher. So I taught relationships and sex education alongside philosophy in a school in northwest London. And then I went on to do a master's in educational leadership at UCL. And then I was delivering workshops, PSHE, which is personal social health education in schools. And then my co-founder, Jamie, he's had 10 years within the EdTech space. So he co-founded the Student Room. And it was really, we actually met on an EdTech course. And it was the week that in the news, the government had made relationships and sex education compulsory. And so we kind of met and discussed about that and came up with Life Lessons.
Awesome. So perhaps you could dig a little bit more now into what is Life Lessons and how does the product work?
Sure. So Life Lessons is really, it's a new way of teaching relationships and sex education in schools. And the problem that we are trying to address is really highlighted in kind of a few examples. So sexting in the UK during lockdown rose by 183% by children. And the average age for watching pornography for the first time is aged 11. So things like toxic relationships, abuse, and risky behavior are all really a consequence of a lack of focus on this subject. And this is made worse by the fact that young people now can access so much information, which is really untrustworthy and damaging online. And the problem is it's really hard to teach, and it's often taught by non-specialists. So teachers, actually 30% of teachers have never had any training on the subject. And there's often very limited time in the timetable to teach this subject. So at Life Lessons, we empower teachers. They know their students the best. So we give them a full curriculum of high quality content on video and accompanied by lesson plans and assessment tools. And it's really these videos which are relatable to young people because they feature diverse young people with a range of lived experiences.
Amazing. And so what is, I suppose, the business model then for Life Lessons creating this curriculum?
Yeah, so we sell a subscription to schools for Life Lessons. Think about it like educational Netflix, but for sex and relationships education.
All right, amazing. And what kind of impact can it have on, say, the lives of students and also, I suppose, the schools and communities they're in?
So for teachers, I'd say there's three key things. There's empowerment for them and also an engaged classroom of students, a way to measure pupil outcomes and pupil understanding, which may be the first time they've ever measured the impact. And finally, that a teacher will be able to meet all the government guidelines on teaching relationships and sex education. And then for pupils, it's really improved decision making, healthier relationships, and improved skills such as like critical thinking, problem solving, and resilience, which we know are so important for the world today. And then finally, improved sexual health.
Amazing. And on your kind of development journey for this product, whereabouts are you right now, and what kind of key milestones have you hit so far?
So we were very excited to have created over 35 really high quality, engaging videos from 10 inspiring young people, all from different backgrounds and walks of life. on the topics of mental health and consent. And we're currently piloting it now with 4 schools across the UK. And another key milestone is getting onto the BGV program and joining with the cohort and kind of benefiting from the mentorship and the tailored support. And then finally, in September, we were given an innovation award for life lessons with an organisation called the Fair Education Alliance, and securing some grant funding from them as well.
Brilliant, really good. And what's kind of keeping you busy at the moment? What are your main priorities?
So super busy, obviously, in the life of a startup, but our key priorities are really delivering on our pilot at the moment. So working with our schools, gaining feedback from those pupils, from the teachers, and further on talking to parents, and really getting the most out of the Bethnal Green Ventures support, meeting and sharing learning with the rest of the cohort.
Cool. Maybe taking a slightly longer term view now, like if everything goes to plan, what is your, I suppose, ideal vision, like the road ahead for life lessons?
Yeah, so our aims are for by March, we plan to be selling our product to schools. And our aim is to be after 2 years, to be in 1,000 schools across the UK.
Awesome. And how might people kind of get involved and help make this mission a success?
Sure. So a couple of ways. We would love to hear from people who share the same mission as us, who understand and want to be part of this journey. And that might be through kind of introductions, connections, mentorship and investment. We'd love to hear from you. And secondly, if there's any educational leaders, head teachers or teachers, for them to get in touch. And finally, to visit our website and to, if you feel as if you have a story that you'd like to share on relationships or mental health, please do go to our website and submit your story on there.
Well, it's really important work that you're doing. It's a really exciting startup. I'm really looking forward to seeing how things develop. But it's been a pleasure chatting to you, and all the best.
Thanks, Will. Nice to chat to you too.